guys, this is called the Mammoth Spring. This is one of the single largest aquifer vents in the entire world. This spring by itself accounts for over 250 million gallons of water discharged a day. 45% of the entire volume of the river starts right here at this spring. Now you guys on the left will get the best look. I'm just waiting for the kayakers to get out of my way here so I don't run them over. You guys want to get the best look here. Now the cave itself is 65 feet wide. The top shelf is 31 feet below the surface of the water. The bottom shelf is 7 to 10 feet below the top shelf. Water discharges here at 99.8% pure fresh water, 72.2 degrees Fahrenheit at a velocity of over 5 miles per hour. I'm going to turn around for you guys on the right here in just a second. It's an equivalent volume and velocity to fill an Olympic-sized swimming pool every 4 minutes. It would take about 660,000 gallons to do that. Now I'm going to come around here. You see this hole out from the spring, and then its deepest point is about 55 feet deep out there. Now ABC held the World Invitational High Dive Championships right here at this spring back in the early 1970s. I was in the park that day as a child, and they had a big radio tower sticking out of the spring here. Those guys were climbing that tower and diving in the spring from 80 and 100 feet up. It was absolutely awesome to watch. Now you guys on the right should be getting that look now up into the cave. Now I'm sometimes asked if it's 99.8% pure, what is the 0.2% impurity? It's about 50 different chemicals that all show up in trace amounts. A trace being between 20 and 40 parts per million, but the one that shows up most prominently of all those is DEET. That's what's in your mosquito sprays, like off and cutters, is DEET. Everybody puts on mosquito spray here in Florida. You have to, or you're going to get sucked dry. But then you take a shower or a bath, and that's the way the chemical goes. And we see that in the Florida aquifers here in trace amounts. I tell people 20 to 40 parts per million is pretty small, so it's probably not as good as it should be, but maybe not as bad as it could be. Everybody see that? Yeah. All right, guys. Now there was a TV show that aired from 1965 to 1968 called I Spy. And in one of their episodes, they were said to have found the lost continent of Atlantis underneath the water. Now, ABC brought some movie props in to film those particular episodes, and they were so cool, they left a few of them down here. And coming under the boat here in just a second, you're going to see 3 statues. And those 3 statues are said to represent Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades. And they were proof positive that the continent of Atlantis had been found underneath the water. Now, evidently, those 3 Greek gods were identical triplets because every one of those statues looks the same. There were 9 of them put down originally that were all the same, so they were identical 9 nucleates at one point in time. Whatever you call 9 or something. They're 7 feet tall. They're made of fiberglass. They were put into 55-gallon drums of cement, placed down there in the bottom of the spring in about 35 feet of water. If you went and stood beside them, collectively they're 10 or 11 feet tall. They were also used in 2 feature films, one called Moonraker and one called Never Say Never. Both of those were James Bond film, and in fact, a guy named the Gill Man, Rico Browning, actually did all of the water stunt work coordination for that particular movie. Now, when you get off the boat, you go to the stop at the education center on your way out. It's just before you get to the gift shop. You go in there, they got some nice indigo snake and a corn snake in there. And sometimes you can bet your eyes that the rangers, they'll get them out and show them off. Also, they have 2 of these statues down there. You can go look at and see what they look like when they were brand new and pretty. You can even stand beside them and get your picture taken if you like. They also have the Gillman costume there under glass.